It's a feeling we've all had at some point, that tiredness that seems to creep in no matter how many hours of sleep you get. You know what I mean? The kind of exhaustion that makes you feel like you've run a marathon in your sleep. Or maybe it's 2 p.m. and suddenly, you're not entirely sure whether you're still a person or just a part of the furniture. But here's the thing, you're not alone. In fact, it's a common issue many seniors face. And there's a good reason for it. Not too long ago, I started hearing this story over and over again from older friends, family members, and even strangers in online communities. I'm always tired, and I don't know why. At first, I thought it was just a part of getting older. But as I started looking into it, I discovered something that shocked me. It turns out, there are a lot of reasons why so many seniors are constantly drained. And the most surprising part? Most of these reasons have nothing to do with aging itself. So today, let's take a moment to go over some of the unexpected, often overlooked causes of chronic fatigue. But don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those just sleep more lectures. No, this is real talk about things that might be quietly draining your energy without you even realizing it. By the end of this, you might just find a reason you feel so tired all the time, and even better, ways to start feeling better again. Stick with me. Let's figure this out together. 1. You're not drinking enough water, even when you think you are. As we grow older, our bodies change in ways that aren't always easy to notice, but the effects can be far-reaching. One of the most common and yet often overlooked issues for older adults is dehydration. You might not feel thirsty like you did when you were younger, but that doesn't mean your body doesn't need water. In fact, the older we get, the less obvious our thirst cues become. This can lead to dehydration sneaking up on us, silently draining our energy, and even affecting our overall health. It's easy to think, I'm drinking enough water. I had a glass with my medication this morning, and go about your day. But here's the catch. It's not just about that one glass in the morning. It's about consistently keeping your body hydrated throughout the day, even if it's just a sip here and there. Take Ron, for example, a gentleman I spoke with recently. He was confident he was drinking enough water. I had a glass with my pills this morning, he assured me, as if that should cover it for the day. But by the time we spoke again later in the afternoon, I asked, and since then? Ron paused, thinking. Well, I had soup for lunch, he replied. Soup can certainly help with hydration, but it's not the same as drinking plain water. The issue here is that dehydration often doesn't show up in the way we expect. It doesn't always come with a dry mouth or a parched throat. Instead, it manifests in subtler ways. Feeling more tired than usual, struggling to concentrate, or even becoming irritable for no clear reason. Dehydration can make your blood a bit thicker, which puts extra strain on your heart. It can make your brain feel foggy, leading to confusion or forgetfulness. And worst of all, it can leave you feeling unusually sleepy during the day, even if you've had a full night's rest. But there's a solution, and it doesn't require a drastic overhaul of your routine. The key is simple. Drink water throughout the day, not just in one big gulp. You don't need to chug large amounts of water at once. Instead, make it a habit to sip water consistently, keeping a glass nearby, whether you're sitting in your favorite chair, reading a book, or watching TV. You might think it's a small thing, but little changes like this can make a world of difference. For those of us who aren't fond of plain water, try adding a splash of juice or a slice of lemon for flavor. These small adjustments can make it easier to get the hydration your body craves without feeling like you're forcing yourself to drink. And if you find that you have trouble remembering to drink, consider setting a reminder on your phone or keeping a water bottle close by to remind you to take a sip. The goal here is not to overwhelm you with large amounts of water all at once, but to gently encourage your body to stay hydrated bit by bit throughout the day. When you make hydration a priority, you'll likely notice more energy, better focus, and even a better mood. So, next time you think you've had enough water for the day, take a moment to check in with yourself. How many times have you actually stopped to drink? How often have you let your body go without? If you're like many others, the answer might be not enough. But by making small, manageable changes, you can help your body stay healthy, energized, and hydrated for the long haul. Remember, it's the little things that often add up to make the biggest difference. 2. Too much sitting, too little movement. As we age, our daily routines often change, and one of the most common shifts we see is the amount of time spent sitting. It may seem harmless at first. After all, sitting doesn't feel as physically demanding as running or lifting weights. Many of us may think of it as simply resting. However, the truth is, sitting too much can be more exhausting than we realize. Imagine a day where you haven't moved much, perhaps sitting in front of the TV or reading a book for hours. You may feel like you're resting, but your body isn't truly getting the rest it needs. When you're inactive, your body's systems begin to slow down. The blood doesn't circulate as efficiently, muscles start to stiffen, and before you know it, energy levels drop significantly. The longer you sit without moving, the more your body starts to feel heavy and fatigued, almost as if you've spent the entire day working hard. This is something many older adults experience more frequently as their daily activity levels decrease. But the good news is that you don't need to run a marathon or engage in strenuous exercise to feel better. Small, gentle movements throughout the day can make a significant difference. Stretching, standing up and walking around for a few minutes every hour, or even something as simple as walking to the mailbox can help get your blood flowing. These little actions may seem small, but they work wonders for your body. By keeping your body active, even just a little, you're telling it that it's still capable and still alive. This, in turn, can give you more energy and help prevent the sluggishness that comes from too much sitting. These simple movements don't require a lot of effort, and they don't take up much time, but they're powerful in helping you feel better, both physically and mentally. If you find that sitting for long stretches leaves you feeling tired and worn out, try incorporating a few minutes of movement into your day. It could be as easy as standing up to stretch, taking a short walk, or even doing a few gentle movements right where you sit. By making this small adjustment, you can help your body regain some of the energy it needs to stay active and healthy, no matter your age. Staying active, even in small ways, can help you feel less drained and more energized. It's a simple solution that can make a big impact on your day-to-day life. 3. Silent stress is a heavy burden. As we age, there's a type of stress that tends to sneak up on us, silent stress. It doesn't come with the obvious signs we might expect, like an anxiety attack or a visible breakdown. Instead, it's a quiet, ever-present hum in the background. This stress is often unnoticed, but it weighs heavily on the heart and mind. For many older adults, this kind of stress might be tied to a variety of concerns. Worries about health, the fear of being alone, concerns over finances, or even the unsettling thought of losing independence. These worries may seem small individually, but over time, they build up, and the constant underlying anxiety can be exhausting. Take, for example, a woman who found herself feeling drained after retirement. She had expected retirement to be a time of relaxation, but instead, she felt perpetually tired. She couldn't understand why. Her work stress was gone. Her children were grown and living their own lives, and yet something was still weighing on her. When she finally took a moment to reflect, she realized that she had been carrying a constant low-level worry about her health. There was the concern about being alone, the fear of running out of money, and the anxiety about her memory fading as she grew older. These worries, though they seemed minor when she thought about them one at a time, were always there, lingering just beneath the surface. It's a common experience. Many seniors find themselves in a similar situation, feeling overwhelmed by a steady undercurrent of stress that's difficult to name. It's not the kind of stress that makes you break down or panic, but it's the kind of stress that leaves you feeling drained without ever quite knowing why. The mind races with thoughts that seem impossible to quiet, and over time, these thoughts can rob you of the energy you need to fully enjoy life. The real challenge is that this silent stress doesn't always have clear solutions. Unlike physical exhaustion, which we can address by resting, silent stress lingers, often without clear boundaries. But acknowledging it is the first step. Simply recognizing that it's there can make a difference. You don't have to be at the mercy of those silent worries. One effective strategy that has helped some seniors is creating a worry vault. It's a small ritual but works wonders. Before bed, write down the things that are on your mind, the health concerns, the fear of loneliness, the thoughts about money running out. Write it all down and then seal it away in a box or a drawer. This physical act of storing the worries away can help your mind release them, at least for the night. It doesn't make the worries disappear, but it creates a moment of peace. The simple act of setting the worries aside can help ease the burden and allow for better sleep. It's a simple, practical step, but it's a way of taking control over the silent stress that tends to build up in the background. Instead of letting it drain your energy, you can create a small moment of relief. And while this isn't a cure-all, it's one way to begin managing the quiet, unseen pressures that weigh on so many seniors. Over time, these small steps can make a significant difference in how you feel, both physically and emotionally. So, if you find yourself feeling worn out, even when you can't pinpoint why, take a moment to reflect on the silent stress that might be weighing you down. Acknowledge it, and consider creating your own worry vault to give yourself a sense of relief. You deserve to feel lighter, and sometimes the simplest actions can bring the most peace. 4. Foods that zap your energy. As we age, many of us notice that our energy levels don't quite match the vitality we once had. It's not uncommon to feel sluggish, tired, or just plain worn out, and while it's easy to blame the years, there's something else at play that we might not realize: the food we eat. For many older adults, the choice of foods plays a huge role in how we feel throughout the day. A lot of us tend to lean towards foods that give us a quick burst of energy, things like sugary cereals, toast with jam, or those light snacks that promise to be low-fat but leave us craving more soon after. These quick fixes might feel good in the moment, but the problem is they don't last. In fact, they often leave us feeling even more tired once that initial rush fades away. If you've ever had one of those mornings where you eat a bowl of cereal, only to feel a wave of sleepiness an hour later, you're not alone. Or maybe you've had a snack that was supposed to be light and satisfying, but within 30 minutes, you're already hungry again. It's frustrating, isn't it? When you can't even get through a few hours without needing to eat again, or worse, feeling drained right after eating. This is where understanding how our body reacts to certain foods becomes so important. The body processes simple carbs and sugars quickly, which causes a spike in energy followed by a crash. This cycle, especially if repeated often, leaves you feeling tired and can make it harder to stay active and alert throughout the day. So what can you do about it? The good news is, there are small changes you can make to your diet that will have a big impact on how you feel. One simple solution is to add healthy fats and proteins to your meals. Foods like avocado or olive oil are packed with healthy fats that help sustain energy, and when combined with protein-rich foods like eggs or nuts, they provide the body with a steady source of fuel. These foods don't cause those rapid spikes and crashes, helping to keep your energy levels more stable throughout the day. Imagine starting your morning with a healthy breakfast, like eggs with a little avocado or a handful of nuts. Instead of feeling sluggish an hour later, you'll find that you have more lasting energy to take on your day. Swapping out processed snacks for whole foods, like fresh fruit, vegetables, or a small handful of almonds, might feel like a small change, but over time, it can make a world of difference in how you feel. It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but taking small, manageable steps towards a more balanced diet. By focusing on foods that provide steady, lasting energy, you can feel more alert, more active, and more in control of your day-to-day life. The reality is, as we age, we can't always rely on quick fixes or foods that only give us short bursts of energy. We need something that lasts, foods that help us feel good all day long. By making these simple adjustments to your meals, you can support your body in a way that helps keep you energized, focused, and ready to enjoy all the things that matter most. 5. Your sleep isn't deep enough. As we grow older, many of us find ourselves reflecting on the changes our bodies undergo. One area that can often be overlooked is our sleep. For many seniors, sleep seems fine on the surface. They fall asleep at night, and they wake up in the morning thinking that everything is as it should be. But sometimes, It's not the amount of sleep we get that matters most, it's the quality. If you wake up in the morning feeling as though you haven't rested at all, despite spending a full night in bed, there may be something more to it. The issue might be that your body isn't entering the deeper stages of sleep, where the most restorative rest takes place. Many factors can contribute to this, such as chronic pain, anxiety, or even fluctuations in blood sugar levels. These things can prevent your body from fully relaxing, keeping you from reaching that deep, restful sleep that is so vital for our health and well-being. It's not unusual to hear someone say that they wake up several times during the night, and over time, they start to think that this is just a normal part of getting older. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be this way. Many seniors accept this disruption as a given, not realizing that they don't have to live with it. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, not exhausted, and there are ways to improve your sleep quality. For instance, one person shared her experience of struggling with restless nights. She used to wake up multiple times, convinced that it was just something she had to accept with age. But she decided to give something new a try. She started using a white noise machine to block out the disturbances that might be waking her up. She also added magnesium supplements to her routine, hoping to improve her sleep quality. Over time, she noticed a remarkable difference. She began sleeping more soundly, with fewer interruptions. And for the first time in years, she even began to dream again, something she had thought was lost forever. The thing is, quality sleep is when your body does its most important repair work. It's during these deeper stages of sleep that your body heals, restores energy, and refreshes itself. If you're not reaching that deep level of sleep, it can leave you feeling more tired when you wake up than when you went to bed. That constant exhaustion can affect your mood, your energy levels, and even your overall health. So, if you're waking up every morning still feeling drained, take a moment to consider your sleep quality. The right changes, like a few small adjustments to your environment or routine, could make all the difference. You don't have to accept restless nights as part of growing older. There is hope, and with the right approach, you can wake up refreshed and ready to face each new day. 6. You're not getting enough sunlight. As we get older, it's easy to fall into the routine of staying indoors more often, especially when the weather is chilly or we don't feel like going out. But did you know that spending time outside, especially in the sunlight, has incredible benefits for your well-being? Sunlight isn't just about warmth. It helps regulate your internal clock, boosts your mood, and gives you the energy to keep moving throughout the day. For many seniors, the lack of natural light from being indoors too much can lead to feelings of sluggishness and tiredness. You might notice that you feel disconnected, like you're dragging through the day, not quite feeling like yourself. That's because your body is missing out on something crucial: sunlight. Even though it's common to stay under artificial lighting, it just doesn't have the same effect as the sun does. But here's the good news. Even a small amount of sunlight can make a big difference. Try to spend just 10 to 15 minutes outside each day. Whether it's sitting on your porch with a cup of coffee or taking a short walk around your yard, the fresh air and sunlight will help reset your body's rhythm. It's like pressing the refresh button for your body and mind. With that boost of natural light, you'll feel more energized, more focused, and in a better mood, all with just a small change in your daily routine. 7. You might be low on vital nutrients. As we age, our bodies don't work as efficiently as they used to. One of the challenges that many seniors face is that their bodies can no longer absorb nutrients as well as they once did. This means that even if your diet hasn't changed, you might not be getting all the nutrients your body needs to stay healthy and strong. There are certain key nutrients like vitamin B12, vitamin D, and magnesium that are essential for keeping your energy levels up and maintaining overall health. These nutrients help with things like keeping your bones strong, supporting your muscles, and ensuring your mind stays sharp. If you're not getting enough of them, it can lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, and even mood changes. It's easy to overlook this, but a simple blood test can give you a clear picture of what's going on in your body. It will show if you're low on any important nutrients. If you are, don't worry. The solution is simple. Make small changes to your diet or consider taking supplements to fill the gaps. With the right nutrients, Your body will be fueled and ready to face the day with more energy and vitality. Taking care of these two areas, getting enough sunlight and making sure you're getting the right nutrients, can have a huge impact on your health, energy, and overall well-being. It's about small adjustments that can lead to big improvements in how you feel day to day. 8. You've lost your spark. As we grow older, it's easy to feel like a part of you has faded away. The days when your children needed you, when you were building your career, and when you had a full calendar of things to do all seem like distant memories. Now, your children have grown up and moved on with their lives, your work is behind you, and the routine of your day-to-day can feel monotonous. Getting out of bed may no longer feel as motivating, and you might wonder if you've lost your sense of purpose. But here's the good news. Your spark isn't gone. It's still within you. It may just be buried beneath the routine and changes that come with age. Rediscovering that spark starts with reconnecting to what once brought you joy. Perhaps it's a hobby you once loved or something new that you've always wanted to try. Spending time with family or friends can also help revive that feeling of purpose. Even small moments, like a shared laugh or a meaningful conversation, can be a reminder that life still holds precious moments to look forward to. You don't have to wait for something big to change. Sometimes, simply having a reason to wake up and look forward to your day can be the first step in reigniting that inner light. By giving yourself the space to explore new things or rediscover old passions, you'll find that your energy and enthusiasm return slowly but surely. 9. Overmedication or bad drug combinations. As we age, it's common to accumulate a long list of medications. Each pill serves a purpose, whether it's for blood pressure, cholesterol, or helping you sleep. But here's something many people don't realize. Medications don't always work well together. Sometimes, one medicine can make you feel drowsy, while another keeps you awake. Some medications can even cancel each other out, leading to a feeling of constant fatigue or confusion. If you're taking multiple medications, it's worth taking a step back and reviewing them with your doctor. They might not be aware of how the combination is affecting you. A pharmacist can help. 2. Sometimes they spot drug interactions that even your doctor might miss. By adjusting the types or dosages of your medications, you may start to feel like yourself again. Don't let your medications become a silent burden on your health. It's important to be proactive and talk to your healthcare provider about any changes in how you feel. A well-balanced medication routine can make all the difference, helping you regain your energy and feel more like yourself. 10. You need more joy in your life. This might sound a little too simple, but hear me out. Joy is a powerful source of energy. When life feels like one endless cycle of doctor visits, medications, and daily tasks, it's easy to lose sight of the small things that once brought you happiness. But joy is essential for your well-being, especially as we get older. It doesn't take a grand gesture to find joy. Even in the busiest of times, small moments of happiness can be incredibly rejuvenating. Whether it's sharing a laugh with a friend, enjoying a cozy moment with a pet, or even dancing around your kitchen to your favorite song, these moments can infuse your life with energy. It's not about doing something big or extraordinary. It's about finding those little things that make you smile, even on the tough days. If you find yourself feeling low, try to actively seek out moments of joy, whether they come in the form of a hobby, a cherished activity, or simply being in the company of those you love. It's these small but meaningful bursts of joy that can give you the strength to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws your way. By focusing on the simple pleasures and remembering what makes you happy, you'll find that even the hardest days become a little easier to navigate. You see, all of these issues, dehydration, stress, poor sleep, diet, and more, are not inevitable parts of aging. They're challenges that can be addressed with small, thoughtful changes. If any of this resonated with you, I encourage you to try one change this week. It could be as simple as drinking more water, taking a short walk, or stepping outside for a few minutes each day. One step at a time, and before you know it, you might just wake up feeling more alive than you have in years. And remember, you deserve to feel energized, not just to survive, but to thrive. So let's take these steps together and make sure that tiredness is a thing of the past. Take care, get outside if you can, and most importantly, don't forget to laugh. You've earned it.